On this one, again, I would say take it step by step and then don't lose pieces along the way. Right, some of you went here, but then after a while you were just working with the bottom and you lost the fact that it is in the denominator. I saw some of this. I saw some of this, which is understandable, but just remember that the top is the power, right? It makes 4 bigger, while the fraction makes the 4 smaller, so to speak, or at least in terms of concept. Yeah. So the denominator is the root, while the top is a power, if it helps to remember that. Right, this is simply 4 cubed, or 64. So this is going to say multiples of 4, while this is kind of introducing the idea of roots or fractions of powers. Let's see. So that was one thing that happened. Yeah, and then basically, yeah, just remembering that a negative power you can rewrite as a positive power with that base in the denominator. A lot of you guys did good transformations and then made a couple of other errors. Right. And then just remember that if you have the root of a fraction, you can go ahead and you can separate anything that's being divided or multiplied. You can rewrite that as separate roots, because roots are basically a operation within the multiplication division world, so you can move smoothly between those. Just not, and this brings us to the next one, just not when you are working in subtraction world. So this thing, I can't separate those any more than I could say, well, 1, because that's the square root of 1, is the same as this, right? That still is 1. Oh, but then to say that's the same as that, because that's not going to be 1. That's going to be something other than 2 minus 1, which is not 1. So it does not work when it comes to having addition and subtraction. Alright, so the only thing that you can do is to factor out any greatest common factors out of terms that are being added or subtracted. And in this case, I do now have a product, 4 times something. So then I can rewrite that as root. Sorry, I'm going to borrow that. Nah, that's ugly. I won't do that. 4. Okay, I can break it apart because it's a product. And then you can simplify that part. But you cannot ever, ever, ever separate the sum or the difference. Right, and we'll see this as well when it comes to factoring. A squared minus b squared is not a minus b squared. Those are not the same thing. Or more often people are doing this, and that is not legal.